はい、引き続き、ファーステストファーズフォールフェスト2025、再配信しております。続いてのゲームは、コーンキッズ64というゲームになります。カテゴリーは Any NMG ということですね。
So if you want to pick it up, now's the perfect time. Yeah, that's right. Can we get some corn emotes in chat for Corn Kidz 64?
こちらは、PC 使ってということなんですけれども、任天堂スイッチでも配信されているようですね。奏者の方、アネミオンさんっていう方なんですけれども、このコーンキッズ64、2% のメジャーグリッチーズというカテゴリーで、世界一ということのようですね。64という名の PC ゲーム。実際ちょっと検索して見てみてるんですけど、
Children of the Corn? I haven't seen that movie, but I've seen it referenced a lot in TV shows and things. You know what? We're going to count it. Oh, yeah, Delicario. That looks delicious. That
ちょっと懐かしみのある絵となってますね。
I am one of those sick freaks that do like candy corn.
ちょっと、英語そのまま直訳したものなんですけれども、若いヤギなのかな。確かにゴートって書いてあるな。セブを追って、セブが夢から抜け出すのを助けた友人のアレクシスと出会い、彼の繰り返しの夢に入りますと。で、初期の 3D 時代のクラシックによく似た 3D プラットフォーマーと書いてあり、まあこれ、単純な訳なのであれですけど、様々なディスプレイオプションを備えた刺激的な低ポリグラフィックスは、本物の90年代体験や最新の HD 解像度を可能にしますということで。さあ、画面来ましたね。気にしないでください。64は無視してくださいなって。
Yes. Right, hi there. Hi everyone. I'm
確かに。角があるヤギかなみたいな感じはしますね。
So I'm Anemion. We'll be running Corn Kidz 64, and I'm joined by Joy Sparks for the commentary.
Hello.
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Joe Sparks. I run the Discord for the game, and yeah, this game's really cool. I hope you guys really enjoy the run we're about to see.
All right. Shall we start? So
トラブルなのかな？
1, go.
はい、始まりました。グッドラックです。
Right, so Corn Kidz is a like 3D platformer game, if that wasn't obvious, and just like every game, every 3D platformer, it's obviously a game from with a lot of things to collect, and it's very
モ
reminiscent
ンスター
of
パークとか書いてあるな。
like old school 3D platformer games. Right, so the main goal for the game will be to like complete the story, of course, but also collect 200 like points, which are represented by cubes for now. There are also like a few things
NMG ノーメジャーグリッチーズでしょうかね。
like this like secret changelings that give 3 points, and also a bit later some big crystals that will give 10 points at a time.
なんか雰囲気が確かに
So right now I'm just completing the
64のゲームっていう感じはしますよね。
I will be collecting very few points. And we get more in the second area of the game because it's
とってもイタリアヒゲハイ観光。
You spend most of your time in the second area of the game.
yeah, basically this
Mostly
is,
just a tutorial here.
this is the main of the game. Come on.
これ Steam で配信されていますね。
Detection can be sometimes a bit finicky. Alright. So we're using this bird. It's very explosive, and we'll get rid of the rocks on the other side. And that award me 3 points.
Earlier in the chest, we got this crank so we can open this door.
Like we're progressing toward the exit of the like first tutorial area. So coming up is like one of the hardest trick in the game, because I will be skipping a puzzle where I need to press 2 buttons to open a door, and I will do a precise jump instead to reach the top of the like box we can see on the right.
Yeah, I didn't even know you could do this until I saw your run doing this.
Yeah, this is like one of the
でこの主人公が一つ
town.
角のヤギみたいな。おお。
Do we have time for some donations?
Sure.
Yes, of course.
All right.
ですね。
So first up, we have
Nice.
JD Puppy donating $5, who says, when you're trick-or-treating, candy corn is like one of the worst cop-out candies you can get. Yuck. Give me them full-size Twix and Kit Kat bars, please. I mean, I do like the fact that there are a lot of fun sizes around the house after every Halloween. But thank you very much for your donation. And we also have Cito, who donates $50 and just says trans rights. And you know what? That's important because they're
自
also
分の角でこうやってネジを回すことができますよと
trans lifeline. So thank you both for your
いうこと
wonderful
ですね。
donations.
Alright,
Just a
so
little bit-
this would be like the main exit for the first area, but instead I'm going back in another side area for point collection.
A notable thing about this is that normally you would walk out that door to go to the main area, but you don't actually have to leave manually. You can, just talking to Lexi there, sets the flag that you are now able to use your abilities outside of the park.
みんなのゲームだ。
And last one.
スイッチの配信が2024年4月19日って書いてある。
Yeah, this one is very scary. Like what? If I miss it,
2023年10月17日にリリースされてますね、
Alright,
スイ
so
ッチの
we
方
finish
で。
like, the first area, we're going toward the second area, and right off the bat,
だからまあどこか懐かしい
skip to
っていう雰囲気のゲー
keep
ム
a small dialogue
なんでしょうね。
with Alexi. And I'm also going to lower my health intentionally. So I'm going to take like 2 hits. So right now I have the HP is like a bit hard to read, but it's like represented by the bottle of soda up there. So I have 3 HP left, and right now in the out of the start of the second area, I'm going to do like a very important sequence break to get this crank that I'm not supposed to get. The game would just warp me back up if I like didn't do the glitch I did. I take another intentional hit and then I'm
落ちた。
going to like throw myself in the void. Like so I'm send it back like a bit forward in the city. And so basically like all the routing we had revolved around like pushing a rock on this exact button. But the rock is in another area we can't
今、
access.
左目に出てたのが体力ですかね。
That consists of just dying on the pressure plate. So basically there are only 2 things that can like push the pressure
今のは
plate.
わざといった感じなんでしょうかね。
So if we die on the pressure plate, the game just thinks like, well, the pressure plate is down, but there is no character on it, so it must be the rock. So the game moves the rock onto the pressure plate. And so we can access the like a very important
あ、
area.
なるほど。死にながらスイッチを押してたと。
Which will lead us to like the main power up of the game. Just to access here, we have another small skip that allow me to like jump on some ledge, some surface rather that I should not be able to walk on.
Yeah, normally
going
it's
to-
なんかアクションの
you just
あ
slide
れ
off.
ですね。
I'm going to do it again, but a bit differently.
すごい狭いところ
Supposed to skip like
を持って
jumps.
進むみたいなのもあったりとか、ギミックが結構懐かしいなっていう感じしますよね。中に入って、
Do we have time for a donation?
Yes.
ドリルアビリティをゲットしましたと。
Donates $10 and says, "Good luck with the run."
土の中に潜れるようになったということですかね。
Nachos. I'd like to remind you that we are just about 3/5 of the way there to our small saga use the Lego brick incentive. So keep it coming, everybody. Do it for the Doritos.
Right, so I took a like we got the main power up, which is the drill, and we saw it in action. It allows me to like
あ、この自販機がまあ体力回復するところなのかな。
so there dirt surface is not only on the ground but also on the wall as well. This will allow us to like get access to new areas like we wouldn't be able to do otherwise. And we like didn't really talk a bit. We can talk a bit about the story of the game. Basically, we play as a merchant goat that really likes food and especially nachos. But basically, our only
なんかくっつい
motivation
た
for
状
the game,
態で
in the game is
飛ば
just
した。
eating things. So we are on the quest to eat like the nachos. That's why we entered the first area, which was supposed to be a nachos shop, but there was no nachos. So we are basically like led on a quest by Alexi. This is the other character like we have seen.
宝石っぽいのが出てきた。
Which like she tries to convince us to do things and like promise us to get nachos as a reward. But we are not so sure about that. So here in the second area, there is supposed to be like a lasagna festival going up, except it has been cancelled. So like we just say, okay, this is not nachos, but lasagna is pretty good as well. So like let's help those people. Right, so we've been like progressing through the areas. At the same time, we got the drill power up. We also have like a further progression of the on the story. And so basically, we were told to find some disco balls to do something inside the shop. We don't know
なん
what
だ
it
ろう、
does
お
exactly.
金ですかね、四角い
This is a
やつって。
bit of a mistake. All right. So now we have like 5 disco balls to find throughout the city, as well as still collecting points towards our 200 points objective. Alright, so I've used the crank to like kind of sequence break into this area.
結構主軸ちっちゃくなっちゃった。
Opening up a shortcut that I will be using later. And I will be like clearing this whole area, which is a graveyard. And I'm also going to clear another sub area here.
I'm also a palindrome, I promise. This game has a lot of palindromes.
Is there
空
time
気と
for
いう
a
概念もあるみたい。
It's a big donation, actually.
Yeah, sure.
Jason LaRose.
確かに頭突きの使い心地が
Not only completing
いいっていうのはありますね。
the incentive, but zooming us past
いかに
$11,000. Get
適当
high.
なところで使うかっていうところでしょうね。
This trans lifeline donation is brought to you by tax deductions and candy corn. Trans rights are human rights. Candy corn is candy. Thank you very much for that wonderful donation and donation line.
Alright, so like basically the only thing to do in this area, there are no disco balls, so
確かに
I'm only here to
Steam のページもオールドスクールコンソールエクスペリエンスとか書いてあるな。
that will be fairly useful. Alright, yeah, this jump was like fairly difficult. It doesn't look like so, but it's very easy to miss.
フォールワープをゲットした。
So I got a new power up, which is the ability to warp back to checkpoints. And we will be like the whole routing of the game is like turned around this ability.
あれ
So
がな
right now I must be very careful not to die and not to take another checkpoint that the one I'm currently have. So right now my checkpoint is like located at the top on the roof. And it's very central to be able to, it's very easy to access every area on the game, like using that checkpoint, so I must be very careful
なん
not
か
to
雲がいる。雲っぽいのがいる。
touch another one.
The roof checkpoint is
まあ、うまく
so
使っ
crucial
て
to
いきますよ
the
と。
routing in this game.
So how big are the levels in this game? I mean, comparatively to like other, collectathon platformers.
I didn't play it very much collectathon, but this game
結
is
構この四角いのを集めて、
fairly
一生懸命集め
small,
て
I
いるってい
guess.
う感じでしょうか
This
ね。
is the biggest area, and there is a lot to do. But the
土のところなので潜れますよと。
4 to 5 hours, I guess.
That was about how long my first playthrough was. あ little micro,
もういかにも土で進んでくださいっていうことが見えてわかるっていうのも、なんか気持ちいいところかもしれないですよね。
And first one, like 4 more to go. But our next destination is like the building up there. So I'm going to use the like same tech I used for the sequence break, which is basically headbutting right above like every wall blocks. There is like a small ledge that you can like
1個押したら1個動
but
くみ
not
たいな。
latch onto.
ギミック
and
なん
that
ですかね、
resets
これ。
both your wall jump, your air dash, and also your fall height, which is what we use to
あ、自
like
販機が
do the sequence
あ
jump
るけ
before.
ど、ここは、まあ、台として
Gotta
使
be
って
careful
進ん
around
でいき
here
ます
because
よ
of the
と。
checkpoint. That's kind of easy to grab on accident.
Yeah.
サニタリーズって書いてある。
There's a cool
Right,
trick you
so-
can use there to like ground pound to blow that rock up, but it has a chance of sending you into the checkpoint, so it's not marathon safe.
Actually, I have a consistent setup for this one. The only reason I'm not doing it is because it doesn't work in 60 FPS.
Oh. The classic 60 FPS.
ネズミを使
Right, so we are actually in it says it's a
まえ
zoo,
てい
but
くステー
there's
ジ
no
ですか
rats.
ね。
And we must like get rid of all the rats here to get the second disco ball as a reward.
あと
Can't
2
forget about the
匹。
worm, though.
ちょっと空気の量が減ってきたけど大丈夫かな？
The bonus world showcase for the adventure of cookies and cream. $500 for to unlock the bonus world showcase.
目的の数を捕まえて、
Using that roof checkpoint again.
出てきましたと。
And so we are going toward the third one. Like we can see it like briefly on the cliff up there. But for that we like must choose a very special building in the town.
And we just got level 3 for this too.
Yeah.
So we can open the door.
But it doesn't look quite like a house. You have like about 10 seconds to guess what it is.
進んでいって、
The inside of a PC from the 1980s.
ここを開けたよ
Yeah,
と。
that's a
あ、
pretty
そしたら
good
なんか
guess.
ネジが出てき
It's
た
not
の
correct.
で、それを開けに行きますと。
Alright, and the answer is
お上が、あ、これオルゴールだったんですね。
yeah, it's a
music
broken magic box.
That was going to be my next guess.
Fun little trick
で、
there.
その
where,
間、
he did a wall,
なるほど、四角いやつを集めてレベル上げて、ゲートを開けていくと。 なるほど。
And for some reason that resets your wall jump, so you can get extra height there.
Yes, exactly. And we are going to see it a second time. Alright, so coming back to the shop, the last two orbs are here.
ラスト2とかい、宝石みたいなやつですかね。
One is here. I'm going to do like a very safe setup for this one. Oh, alright. I thought I missed it. This jump also is like very hard to do.
でレベル3なので開けられますよと。で閉じ込められたけど、これは、とりあえず、敵倒して、
Get unpaired in the laundry.
開きましたと。
There's always one missing, or one extra.
That's why you gotta show him who's boss.
押していってる。
Alright, so more fighting ahead. These one are a bit annoying because you have to like dash against them, then hit them 3 times, and finally ground pound.
The worst part about these is that sometimes when you ground pound them, they just decide to not take damage and just get up normally.
Oh,
That
was
one
okay.
was like the inverse of that experience. That guy stood up and was still down to take damage.
Yeah, that never happened to me before. I had the opposite line, like you said, getting up right when you don't want him to. And so right there, it was the like same tech as the music box jump. But instead I use the crank that is on the chest. Alright, so we have like everything we need. We can go back to this very special room that's called the spinny chamber. Like once again, you have about 5 seconds to guess what it can do.
That tiny headbutt on the like gray part of the platform was crazy with the little roll.
You gotta spin it to win it.
Yeah, so it reversed everything. Like thankfully my controls are still the same. I'm not playing with reverse controls, but everything in the world like just flipped, and also the contraption changed. So right now,
なんか
everything that used the crank before,
表はそうなっ
flipped the other way
裏はそうなってたんですねって感じですね。
So we glossed over it
で、
earlier.
土のところを進んでいきまし
Merry
て、
ground. Normally if you spin it, it only gives you 1 XP, and that's really not worth it
こ
for
れ
how
は
long it
回
takes.
して、おお、
But in flipped world, it'll give you a full 10.
And same thing, like we used this elevator previously, but now it goes down and it reveals like one of the other things you can do in this game, which are mini
あ、こ
games.
れはなんかワープゾーンですか
But
ね。
this one is like pretty fast
Right
and
to the
easily
cubes.
accessible, so that's why we do it in the run. But most minigame are fairly long or too long for them to be worth it in the speedrun.
うん、とにかくこの浮いている四角のやつに触れと。
Is the catch the cans minigame is practically just an auto scroller, and
イェイ。
if you don't end up scoring, which typically you would be experienced enough to like score properly, but if you ended up not scoring properly, it's just like a whole bunch of waste of time. You have to redo the auto scroller.
This one as well can be a bit trolly, because if you get it right at the end and fall into the void, it doesn't count either, and you have to redo everything.
Yeah, it's really annoying. I've had that happen in runs many times.
Right, and we use the music box for the second time.
回
but right
してい
now
き
we
ま
need
し
to
て、
be doing something different.
さあ、オルゴールが開きましたので、パブリックとベイミュージック
Though it's early in the morning or late at night, depending on
なんか
where
引っ
you
込み
are.
ました。
That'd be a good time to mention that we are working with 2 foreign language restreams for Fastest First Fall Fest 2025. For the second consecutive event, our friends at Footer Rapide are providing a French language restream, and we're also being restreamed by Japanese Restream for the Japanese speedrunning community. We're grateful for their help in bringing our marathon to more viewers. If these restreams can help you enjoy our event, please use the command
なんか懐かしい音楽だったな。
for links to their respective channels.
Alright, so like all we did, the basic plot points of the second area is like the lasagna festival I mentioned has been cancelled because the very big bird we saw doesn't really like
回し
lasagna,
て、
so he kidnapped the
レベルが上がりましたと。
of the town and turned him into a salami. So like our goal is to free the mayor from like this curse, and for that we like needed a way to enter the nest. And what we discovered is that the like really big bird doesn't really like the music you just heard, and that seems normal because if I'm correct, he's
ここはもう土の中進んでくださいと。
Birdie, Turkey on the Stick, and it's like a song that is the lyrics are not very kind toward birds. So I guess it's normally doesn't really like it.
自販機発見と。
fun little trick there to bounce off the owl as it travels to its
あ、なるほど。出すぎる。出しすぎると煙吹くんだ。
the way around to like do the both all, but in the other order. But basically, it's more random if I do it in the other way. Whereas here, it's like very
雲がいるということは多分この上なんかあるよねと。
consistency.
The branch makes it a lot more consistent, yeah.
Yeah.
で連れてってもらって、
So I also got my
これちょっとバランス気をつけながらと。
I got them at the start of this area. So I'm fine like for the I'm ready for the boss coming up. And the like whole reason we needed 200 points is because alright, let's start off. I got trolled by the spider.
あ、なるほど。空気ないところにいると、空気あとこれだけだよって出てくるっていう感じですかね。
I don't like this. Spiders are extremely trolly in this game. Because they also can spin towards you, and if they do, they win. Alright, and this is like the whole reason we had to get 200 points. It's because they have a door that is level 4 and
なんかすごい高いところだな。
to be opened.
For the hardest trick in the run?
Yeah, it's time to face solo. So basically it's just like every boss from that era. It has 3 HP. But
これは何だろう。
but basically like we
また邪魔してるだけなのかな。
Alright. This is the like more difficult jump in the game because we have a very like non-cooperating camera here, and the boss can I snipe him? Too bad.
Oh, the shift. And something
なるほど、
impressive
それを
about that was that he did it actually while the camera was transitioning
角
to the next phase,
につ
which
け
can
て
mess up a lot of angles when you're trying to input
飛
it.
ばしてぶつけると。
Now that we're up here
Right,
with the bomb,
and
we
because
can
we
just-
like we got all directly on the third platform, we can use the third bomber 3 times. Otherwise, I would have to climb like every platform every time. It would be like very long.
熱すぎると。
Too hot to hoot.
HOTT hot to hoot. Nope, I'm sorry. I should be able to come up with a better fit than that. Carry on.
切って。
So Anemion been explaining the plot of this game so far.
助けられましたよと。
Essentially, the plot of this area can be summed up with the palindrome: "Go hang a salami, I'm a lasagna hog."
一回スタート画面に行きましたね。
So if it seemed nonsensical, there's your answer. That's why.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Chat, when you donate, let me know your favorite palindrome song. Is it Bob by Weird Al Yankovic? I Palindrome I by They Might Be Giants?
うん、パ
Or
ワー
one
と。
of the many other ones that I totally know, but I'm going to leave up to you.
Alright, so we got access to the third area of the game, third and final for this one. It's the tower. It's like a very, very tall tower, which is a bit trolly because every checkpoint is very
すごいアクションが
far in between.
ちょっと忙しいですけど。
going up that tower can be very tricky. Like my first casual playthrough, I spent almost an hour or an hour and a half in this area.
Now we're gonna do it in like 7 minutes, right?
Yeah, about that. But yeah, basically the lore reason we are here is because there is supposedly nachos at the top of this tower, and that's our ultimate quest. So obviously we are going to climb up. So coming up, like we're going to be like alternating between like inside and outside sections. And right
本
now
当に
I
一つ一つ見ると、ここをこうやって進んでいってねっていうのがよくわかるので、
like I should do like an extra
本当にこういうアクション好きな人は
for this block,
面白いだろうなっていう感じですね。
that will let me skip it. All right. So this jump doesn't look like much, but it's one of the skip that saves the most time in the run. It's almost about 2 minutes, I think.
It's a pretty big skip.
Yeah, it's the first one I learned. It was a bit tricky at first, but once you got the hang of it, it's pretty simple. And
Here's a
same
new
here, we
method
have
of an old trick.
yeah, there is like 3 or 4 ways to do this one, depending on which version of the game you run.
Yeah, we call that vending machine skip, even though no modern methods of doing the trick involve the vending machine. But like the first way we learned to do it was by jumping on the vending machine that's next to it and like climbing around the wall. So the name just kind of stuck.
And this skip like saves like during the road room, so about a
こ
minute
こは
and a half.
潜って上進めと。
It's a really annoying room too that like resets if you mess up.
Yeah, yeah. Oh no, that's not right. Oh. That turn block can
こ
be
れ
like
開
a
け
bit
て
annoying as well. And here, like a small skip again, like we are going to use this springboard to jump directly on the middle platform. Like what the game wants you to do is like go back through all the like moving block, and then use the springboard to reach the central area. Like we have another section with
ここ
springboards.
あの
This time we have
キューブに向けて当てると。
propel them toward like blocks we have to hit.
当たった。
All the hard ones first try, nice. And now for me to jinx it.
で、最後あそこに向かっ
No,
て
it's a lot.
入ったと。
But yeah,
That felt
the
so
first time
bad.
you do that in casual playthrough, it can be a bit tricky. Because every time you mess up, you have to wait for the springboard to reach a floor. But because the inside of the tower is just one giant room, you have to wait for the springboard to reach the bottom
組むかな
or one of the like intermediate floors.
つけて上上がって。
Okay, I'm gonna have to wait a cycle here.
There's a lot of global timers in this game. Ooh,
Yeah,
scary.
it was a bit scary. I was a bit late to like do the jump. And another like, oh. Right, let's
痛い
focus.
痛い。
All right, that's okay.
OK。スキップできましたと。
No, that's not correct.
Yeah, that's a little far.
All right. So once again, like oh,
Dot,
another
dot,
skip
dot,
like, to
dot.
like skip some platforming and get directly where we need to do, where we need to go. All right.
これぶつかって。
Yeah, I don't know how to do this one. I tried like a lot, but I couldn't figure out what you do. Like it only saves like about 10 seconds, so it's fine.
あんぐりしましたけど、今。
Got a chase sequence with a giant sack.
でこれはもうひたすら逃げていく
Come
と。
back for revenge for its fallen brethren.
障害物気をつけて、
I got stuck on this one like a lot in my casual playthrough.
Yeah, in a speedrun, this is actually still pretty difficult because of the whole global timer thing. It can be very
これは
different
どうなるん
every
だ
time. There's no like set route for it.
落としてやっつけましたと。
To play on your toes.
Yeah,
Safety checkpoint. Marathon
yeah.
save.
yeah, of course. So this is like the last section of the tower. So
うん、ラストセクションとか言ってるな。
the end of the run.
これは回すと。取れた。そうするとまた虹が出てきましたと。
Sorry, like
おお、そうなるんだ。
this will block around, and we can do like the final skip. Other than that, that doesn't look like much, but also skip quite a bit of platform.
で、
Alright,
It took us a long time to find that for some reason.
本当にいいかな。
and last jump.
あ、届いた、届いた。
Alright, so we reached the top of the tower, but I don't really see any nachos. So there might be something going on.
Ready on time.
さて、ランチポータル。なんか上行った。
There they are.
ナチョス食べてる。
Time.
And time.
あ、ということで終わりましたと。
Alright.
GG でしたと。
37-34. That's a new world record.
Yeah. It's
Even
not
better.
my best time, but for
As far as the
recorded-
leaderboard's
Yeah.
concerned.
Alright, so that was Corn Kid. Thank you for the commentary, Joy Sparks. Shout
Thank
out
you,
to
thank
the rest streams as well, the French rest stream and the Japanese rest stream. If you have
ジャパニーズストリームとか言ってる。ありがとうございます。
All good here?
No? Alright.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Sounds good. And if you want to get any last minute donations in for the Adventure of Cookie and Cream Bonus World Showcase incentive, or just want to chip in and have me.
というわけで、画面切り替わりました。今キッズ64の欄をご覧いただきました。では次のゲームありますので、一旦失礼いたします。
How's everyone doing this lovely morning, this lovely evening, this lovely afternoon, maybe, if you're in our French and Japanese friends? Up next, we got Moonblaze Wolf with Any % for Small Saga. And as a reminder, you are watching Fastest First Fall Fest 2025 in support of Trans Lifeline. The mission of Trans Lifeline is to connect trans people to the community support and resources that they need to survive and thrive. They envision a world where trans people have the connection, economic security, and care that everyone needs and deserves. Free of police, emergency responders, and prisons that disproportionately inflict violence and mistreatment on trans individuals. Since 2014, Trans Lifeline operators have answered over 100,000 calls from their peers, and we fully support the mission of Trans Lifeline to help and empower trans people through the power of community and shared lived experience. To learn more, please visit www.translifeline.org or type !charity in chat. And with that, I've been your host, Rhythm Bastard, and that's the end of my shift. So let's keep things moving along with Fletcher is a Furry being your next host. And I'm going to kick it off to them. Thank you all for some wonderful runs, some wonderful chats. Thank you all very much.